because, you know, even when I was coming up, I had those friends that would do the most. And bitch, everybody know, like, it's so funny how history is, because, you know, black people were trying to get their rights to sit everywhere on the bus. But one thing about niggas, we always go to the back of the bus. And when I was coming from high school, bitch, we would go to the back of the bus, put our little speaker on. But I never sat in the back because my really gay friend would always be like, hey, boo. And I'm like, girl, if they start beating your ass in the back, bitch, we is not going to be able to get off. So my ass always sat at the front. For me, I read energies and I read vibes. If I'm around one of my heterosexual friends and he's just, I have heterosexual friends that could be in a club with gays and it's cool. But I have ones that they're not comfortable with certain things like the hey daddy and all that. And I'm like, girl, don't talk to him like you would talk to me. Talk to him like you would talk to your cousin, your brother and them. You can't force that one. They already accepting you, but you can't, you know, they're accepting what they can from you. And one thing about me, and somebody said it in the comments, and we can convert over that, about Benzino being outed by Shauna. Shauna's a popular trans girl. She must have outed Benzino. I've never outed anybody. I'm not into it. I just don't know what people get from outing people. I've never outed anyone. There's just certain things that I just won't do. Let people be comfortable in their space and you be comfortable in yours. You know what I mean? And, you know, but I'm with Tammy.
Benzino is trans attracted, according to Shauna, who's a very beautiful trans woman. She outed Benzino and said that he was trans attracted. I just come from an era where women shut up and got their bills paid. That's a problem with everybody. Everybody want to tell everything. And sometimes once you tell something, you lose your power. And when I say you lose your power, what more are you going to do now? You done told on them, what is your next card?
It's just like gambling.
Yeah, you give up your whole shit. She has nothing else to negotiate with. Me personally, I wouldn't have said anything, and I would have made sure that I was being taken care of, because that's what girls from my era did. They had celebrity boyfriends and basketball player boyfriends and football player boyfriends, but they never said a word. And most of those trans women live very comfortable lives today because they understood the power of their silence. And I'm not saying that let somebody treat you like a secret, but what does it benefit you to tell it, and then you don't have anything after that?
But the reality of it is, and I know Shauna, sorry, Diamond, she's a whore, like a paid whore. Like, listen, I sell dick for a little bit of coin too, but what I'm saying is, all you're going to do is set him up to be with a bitch that's going to know how to keep their mouth closed and get a bigger bag that you could have got her. Let me tell you something. Secrecy is the way to a good life, bitch. If you hold a nigga secret, bitch, he will change your whole fucking life, bitch. She should have never said anything. Because at the end of the day, the world that we live in now, a lot of people know that there are men that are trans attracted. You know what I'm saying? And there are women that are gonna not be okay with it, and there are gonna be women that's like I see women that be out in men like, oh girl, you with that man, he gay. If he fine, he paying the bills, the dick good. She gonna be like, girl, fuck it. Some people are just like, fuck it. She should have never outed him. She should have never outed him. She should have pulled a Monica Lewinsky, bitch. She should have got her book deal or something. And not even Monica, because Monica ain't been nowhere on the scene. Sometimes you got to learn to be the fuck quiet.
But you know what though? You all are absolutely right. And I'm sitting here because I can think of a couple of people that, had they listened, it wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, certain things wouldn't have got out. But see, I think what a lot of people don't understand is, see, this way of life and this way of giving the news, bringing the news, telling the news, telling the rumors, all of that, sometimes I don't think a lot of people know and understand that people do things just to see how far you're going to go with it. And when they see how far that you're going to go with it, at that moment, that's when they, put in their mind, if they really know what they're doing and they know how to move, that's when they done put in their mind of how far or how close they want you to be around them. Or
you better preach, bitch. You better preach.
If that makes sense. So sometimes, when I don't know, sometimes when certain things get out, this is what people don't understand. Everybody, it's just like you said, how she, outed Benzino. Now, here's the thing. Of course, everybody is going to do this because they want to know the tea. They're going to get on there because they want to know the tea. But what you also don't realize and understand is, depending on who the people are or who that person is that's around you, they got in the back of their mind, oh, I already know this is a person that I would never deal with. Because if you did it to one person, I could just imagine how many more other people you'll do this to. So when you think you done did something, you really ain't did nothing but just really show people how you really move. And that's what happened with Superhead. That's what happened with Superhead. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what happens with Superhead. So sometimes you have to, you know what I'm saying, you got to really think about it. You know what I'm saying? It might be cute and funny in the moment that you're doing it, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you not understanding.
Other guys will leave your ass alone.
Yes. Yes.
Other guys will leave your ass alone because you're a person, you run your mouth. I just think, especially if you're a hoe, be a quiet hoe. Just shut up.
And let me tell you something, because I know there was some tea with somebody, and I'm glad I get to say it on this platform with Tammy, about Tammy talking about my marriage. She never did. But let's be clear, that's why I've been married twice. Because the first husband, he was the starting point, and then the second husband said, oh, I already seen how you move as a spouse. You understand what I'm saying? Bitch, your resume is every fucking thing. I have best friends that they know, like, this bitch ain't gonna say nothing, even if this bitch is mad. Now, bitch, if I say it, we done. Like, if I pull up, if I blow your shit up, I'm done with you, bitch. You dead to me, whatever the case may be. And most of the times, bitch, our grandmothers and just our Medias and them and people, older people, mature people, you don't bite at the hand that feedeth you. And bitch, it don't mean feed you physically, bitch. It means feed you what matters to you. Secrecy, loyalty, respect, all of those things. If I know that Tammy know mad shit about me, I ain't gonna motherfucking try Tammy. We ain't cool no more. I'ma go my way, you go your way. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm going to let you know right now, if we ain't cool no more, I ain't got, now, bitch, the type of bitch I am, I'm going to still treat you with that respect, like, girl, I ain't going to blow your tea up, but don't blow mine up. Because if you blow mine up, I'm blowing your shit up. But what I want to say is that sometimes, and I think it's the generation we live in, back in the day, first of all, being a hoe is the oldest profession, okay? The oldest profession. You bitches, there's nothing wrong with being a hoe, but when you a tattletailing hoe, you a liability, bitch. Okay? I am a military ex-spouse, and I know motherfuckers that got about 3 wives, and their main wife is at the house, and the main wife don't give a fuck about shit because them bills is paid, the kids is going to school, they got their Jordans, their arithmetic books, and all of that. Bitch, be comfortable where you are. And sometimes being a side piece, you got more leverage than being the main piece. See, I think when the women's be out there and the men's be doing that, they want to be the men. No, you don't. No, you don't, bitch. Because if it's going to happen to her, it's going to happen to you. So I don't agree. I'll sit down and Tammy on this one. I don't agree with her out of him. What you going to get from that? And people are going to just look at you like, girl, she's beautiful, but she a liability. She a liability.
And ain't nothing liability. It ain't nothing like being a liability. It's nothing. Because when you think they really sitting there and they fucking with you, they really sitting there because they goddamn blueprint the fuck out your goddamn ass. That's what they doing. They blueprinting you. They're not sitting there because they want to. They sitting there because they trying to get that blueprint out your ass. But look, back just to piggyback a little bit, when y'all said Benzino, I thought y'all was going to be talking about how he did his daughter. That's what I thought y'all was talking about. I didn't know it was the transgender thing, but I thought y'all was going to be talking about how he did his daughter. But his daughter...
You know about stuff. You the celebrity girl. I don't know nothing about the daughter. I just know she did a song with Nicki.
Thank you. Yeah, his daughter, she's in the music industry or whatever, and for some reason, he just will not be the supporting parent. It's like everything she does, he has something to say about it in a negative way. And I don't know if it's because she didn't come to him for help or whatever, but she had released her single. She released her music. And he basically was like, it ain't gonna do shit the first week. Now, the first week, granted, it went up to like, I think 11 or 12K. So, he went back and posted with the little laughing emojis, like, aha, that's what you get. You thought it was gonna goddamn do something, but it didn't. And we looking like, you know, Jim Jones, The Game, all of them spoke out, and they was like, damn, dude, this your daughter. Like, she's out here trying. She ain't doing nothing stupid, and this is what you do to her. And not knowing that this could easily, discourage her from really just pushing forward. And I'm looking at Benzino because, you know, I did a couple of things with Benzino as far as, like, working-wise and stuff. And I think he still got the little crab thing down in South Dakota Mall. I'm not for sure. But I was like, I remember that crab thing. I thought that was real fucked up for him to do that little girl like that.
Well, I'm from Boston, so we know about Benzino. Benzino, well, first of all, I never knew he had a daughter. So I think that's a problem because he's been on all these motherfucking reality shows and I never knew he had a daughter. My whole thing is like, I love what she's doing. It seems like some people are going to say she's rebelling, but she's standing in her shit. And, you know, I think that's fucked up. I'm with The Game and all of them on that is your child. She's kind of wanting to follow in your footsteps, being a rapper, and you should be supporting her. Like, she's not out here being a hoe. She's not doing what a lot of these bratty ass, spoiled, silver spoon children are doing. She's trying to get her own shit on her. Like, I'm with, yeah, he's a dub. We don't take Benzino serious in Boston. So.
What you think, Auntie? I know you're not feeling well. You on mute.
I think Benzino's children probably fell into whatever relationship he had with the mom. Sometimes women have children by men because they're celebrities or because they have money or because they play basketball or whatever reason you're looking to have a baby by this person. And the children suffer because the men never loved you. He never had an attachment to you. So that puts the child in a compromising situation because the child is an obligation, not something that was conceived out of love or anything like that, but conceived sometimes for a cash grab. And it puts the children in position where after the 18th birthday, the father wanted to get the fuck away from y'all because he didn't want your ass anyway. And I think that women need to start having children for the right reasons instead of for the wrong reasons. And that's the cash grab. I think the children suffer, you know, when they're in the middle of the cash grab.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And you know what's so funny? You know, a lot of people, it's sad because a lot of people will treat the children a certain kind of way based off how they feel about the other parent. So yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, especially when because girls get dressed, go to the club to find a baby daddy who have money. Because they feel that if they have a baby by somebody with money, that's an automatic security for them. And it puts the child in a compromising position where you're asking him to love a child and he never loved you. Absolutely. How a man feels about a child has a lot to do with how he feels about the mother. So I think that sometimes the cash grab ladies, you may get a little child support, but you're going to be having birthdays by yourself. He ain't going to want to show up. He's going to give you that money and keep it moving. And your future's a great example. Not saying we're going to take any responsibility off the men because they need to use condoms, but it's just, it puts the child in a compromising position.
Right. And you know, I agree with that wholeheartedly. And also, too, you kind of need to, before you try to catch a nigga up, you need to kind of see how he feel about kids. Like, slip a little conversation. Because, bitch, let me say something. If a motherfucker say he don't talk about kids, bitch, and you fuck around and pop a kid out on him, he really gonna stay away from your ass. And that's just motherfucking fact.
That's true. Auntie, you need to drink you some tea.
No, I'm okay.
You? Okay. Well, listen, I also wanted to say something because also, I mean, this is my debut. I want everyone to know that the rumors aren't true. Yetta and K9 are not getting back together. They actually just went to court yesterday. Everything has been dropped. Yetta is going about her business and K9 is going about his business. But K9 just moved into a 1-bedroom condo and he is doing great, okay? So at least one young black man on the app is listening to someone, okay? K9 is doing good. I see the condo. He's doing really great. He's trying to, do what he got to do. Me and Zeus told him, you got to rely on yourself and stop relying on these women. And hopefully everything will work out good. But Yetta got her 5-bedroom to herself, and he got his 1-bedroom condo to himself.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, they needed to go their separate ways because that was just turbulent and it was bad. It was bad. Somebody was going to end up getting hurt in there. Even though I was all for, love in the beginning, but then when it started to go left, I was like, wait a minute, you got to be careful.
That's right. Well, let's be very clear, and I've seen 2 comments that I would like to address. First of all, to use a CPN, and I don't know much about it, you have to be getting the home in somebody else's name. His name is Keith, and it's in his name. See, the thing I don't like about us, we like to see us stay at the bottom of the barrel. Also, I don't have an infatuation with K9. I have an infatuation with being a role model to black young men. I'm 36 years old. He's 22 years young. Okay? And I don't have a problem teaching him things that somebody should have taught me. Okay? Tammy is not my mother, neither is Diamond, but I listen to them. Because they've lived a lot of life and they've been through a lot of ups and downs, bitch, okay? So sometimes everything is there's no reason for clout. We need more of us to be there for us. When a white person
we need to be there for each other. Always put each other down.
I'm putting each other down. It's a lot of stuff I'm still learning. Like, I'm still learning. I mean, because I want to see, I tell people all the time, and this is another thing that I think a lot of us, I'm going to say us, that we got to stop doing. We got to stop talking about who's old. Because the thing about it is that we got to hope and pray that we make it to see Tammy them age. We got to hope and pray because there's a lot of people out here that don't even make it to see 23. So we got to stop sitting up here saying, you know what I'm saying, we got a bad habit. I'm saying we, because I'm including myself, of calling people old. And we got to hope and pray we see the ages of, you know what I'm saying, Patty LaBelle and Tammy and the rest of the older people.
I ain't old as fucking Patty my 80s.
No, I'm just saying, but I'm saying that because they look good for their motherfucking age. I'm telling the truth.
Well, you're right, because I didn't know Tammy.
But we gotta hope we make it to see it. We gotta be able
what it is
to be able to see it.
It depends on, like I explained to people, people always ask, well, what's the secret to getting older? Learning when not to give a fuck. But first you'll have to unlock your device. When you have done all that you can do, and you've done your best, and you've given it all that you can give it, and if a motherfucker don't appreciate it, fuck them. Keep it moving and keep it blowing. Don't let people dictate whether you're happy because they're so busy being unhappy. They're focused on your life and not focused on fixing their own lives. I hear people talking about people's houses who just came out of hotels. I hear people talking about how old people are and they don't even have real teeth. I see people talking about people, and you should not be in a position to talk about people. We have to understand that in order to, it doesn't mean you're dick riding to give somebody kudos and say, Stone, I've been Stone friend since like going through the Facebook days, and I love the way you've come up on this app, and I'm proud of you. And it doesn't take anything from me to say, Stone, I congratulate you on your growth. I congratulate you for seeing an opportunity and knowing how to move in that opportunity to benefit yourself. Some of y'all are so busy trying to keep it real that you're self-destructive. Any 50, 60-year-old person telling you they keeping it real, they're at a developmental arrest. The big checks don't come when you keep it real. The big checks come when you keep it fucking quiet.
That's right. And you got to know your place.
When you keep it quiet.
You have to know your place too. You know, I'm 36 and you know, and I can't wait to see more of life, but the one thing that I've learned is that if I don't love me, people are going to think that it's okay to throw whatever they want to throw at me. I love all of me. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I've never been in a space where, you know, we're a community that should be representing unity on all levels because of what we've gone through for hundreds and hundreds of years. But we get up on here and we represent segregation at its finest. You understand? You know, Tammy has had to pour into me like, bitch, the way you are with your girlfriend, continue to be like that for Zeus. And Tammy was the one that was like, girl, you friends with this bitch and you don't doubt her? And I'm like, no, because I want to do me. But she's like, but that's your bitch. And she love you and enjoy that. Like, reap the benefits of having that friendship. You know what I mean? So for me,
and respect the friendship. Respect.
Right. Mm-hmm. I rejoice. We have to learn that listen, this is a generational shit. And I know that Tammy and Diamond can attest. Bitch, I don't know about clout. We ain't talk about no clout back when I was growing up, bitch. That's some bullshit. I don't know what it's about. If you listen, you could beat a bitch's ass on a Sunday and give her flowers on a Monday. Like, bitch, I know I done beat you up on Sunday, but girl, you looked good on Monday, bitch. And you ain't gotta like that bitch. You could just still give her props like, girl, I don't like you, but you look good.
I think that people have confused giving people their flowers with dick riding. And when you listen to older people say certain things, you know that those are older people that they don't have books in their house. If you go to their house, you won't find any books. You won't find anything to help them to grow and develop. You won't find a book. So when you look at this dick riding thing, like I told Stone, you got a friend that's coming over here offering to show you the app and help you. You can struggle with all of these people who can't show you the app and who are taking advantage of you and taking your money. But why wouldn't you give your friend the kudos and say, yo, this is your arena. I'm going to trust what you have to say. And I want you to show me the app and show me how to, so I can eat. And I don't have to depend on you begging. Some of you are very comfortable begging. Some people in my inbox, can you help me with groceries? No, bitch, I can help you become a host. I can help you become a host. That way you don't have to ever ask for groceries again. So we have to understand that when we look at our lives as people of color, we have to understand that begging is not normal. It's not normal to beg and not work. It's not normal. It's not normal to set your life up to depend on others and then get mad if they don't have it. Everybody don't have to throw you gifts every day.
Right. And actually,
thank you.
And I know my sister just up there looking. That's actually what I told Tammy that I was going to talk about before when she asked me what I was going to talk about. The value of a supporter in ungrateful broadcasters. Now, listen, we got 1.3 people. Thank you for everybody receiving me into the shade room. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me explain something to y'all. As broadcasters, now, most of this live, we have not even asked y'all for beans. Y'all are welcome to be here for free and enjoy us and stuff like that. My problem is y'all got 21 and then the other crackhead, Detroit Thought, literally telling y'all just sent me $5. What the fuck is y'all problem? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all are the problem, okay? You have these motherfuckers feeling like it's okay to come up on this live and tell you to give them your hard-earned money and then disrespect you when you don't give them what the fuck they want. You understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. The days of sitting up on live and getting dragons just for being you has fucking ended. Okay? People need to give you content. They need to talk to you. They need to speak to you when you come in this room and stuff like that. It's the enablers that are the problem. Y'all can sit in that room and let me tell you something. There's many of crackheads on this app. You may have one crackhead that may cuss you out, and then you may have a crackhead that may do a whole dance for you. Go to the crackhead who's entertaining you, okay? You get what I'm trying to say? And also, before I finish this, you guys are our investors. Y'all are investing in the Shade Room, created by Diamond P, co-hosted by Tammy. Now I'm on here. Y'all are investing. When you drop a bean, when you sit here and you hang with us, y'all are investing into what y'all believe is going to be great, what is going to be life-changing. Y'all are our investors. Y'all are our supporters. Y'all are our consumers. And Tammy taught me that. The first thing Tammy said was, bitch, y'all don't have no business giving beans to bitches that are richer than you. Bitch, I remember when Ray J and all of them was coming on here, Tammy said, ain't no fucking way I'm going to give a millionaire a dragon. And when she said it, she ain't throw no shade. She just said, ain't no way. I ain't never gave no celebrity no bean again. Because let me tell you about them celebrities. You will give them dragons, bitch, and they will give you the dragon's foot. They won't even give you a motherfucking shield, bitch. Mm-hmm. Okay?
And we don't invest in each other. And you invest in people who won't even say thank you unless it's a big gift or won't even acknowledge you. I just think that sometimes we need to look at what we invest in and ask yourself, is this worth the investment or is this worth walking away? Because some of the content that I see is questionable. And some of y'all, if somebody else didn't have problems, you wouldn't have nothing to talk about because all you do is feature other people's lives and things of that nature. I just think that we need to start to invest, especially women, because Black women, we are the machine that push these people to 3 million beings. We are the machine that push these people to $24,000 a month. I just think, what happens if you invest in people who will invest in you?
Well, I
people
look at it like this.
And invest in you too.
Well, I look at it like this. No shade and no disrespect. How about everybody just mind their own business when they come to other people's accounts? Nobody knows exactly what nobody got in their bank. Don't nobody know exactly how somebody is really living. Like, you're on an app. Unless you know the person personally and you done been to their house and all of that, then you know. Nobody knows who got this amount of money, who got that amount of money. How about everybody just mind their business and just go from there? And then you ain't got to worry about who got money. You don't have to worry about that because that's not your business. That's not your place. And I know somebody said, well, people be, putting their business out there. One thing that I want people to understand, I don't care who you are. Nobody is going to tell you everything that is going on in their life. Nobody on the face of this earth is going to tell you every single thing. I don't care if you married. You ain't going to tell your man everything. You ain't going to tell your wife everything. You're not going to tell your friends everything. Hell, I don't give a damn what you say. You ain't going to even tell your lawyer everything. You're going to tell your lawyer enough to get your ass off and call that shit back. You're not going to tell nobody on the face of this earth is going to tell everything. So that's just, let that just be let it just be that. And nobody really knows who's the richest, who's the poorest, you really don't know. You really don't know.
Well, the reality is,
a lot of people on here, they might not be rich as far as the money is concerned, but you got people on here that got properties and they rich in all other different kind of ways. So you really don't know what a person have. You just assume at the time when you're doing whatever you're doing.
I think that sometimes people think wealth has something to do with money. What I realize is wealth is getting up and loving what you do. Wealth is waking up and going to your job or going to your business and feeling good about what you do. Even if you're a street sweeper, can you sweep and sing and have a good day? That's what wealth is. Wealth is being happy. Wealth is having what you need. You may not have everything that you want, but having the things that you need and just being happy and secure, that is true wealth. And I think that some of these people on here have sold their souls where they do almost anything to be seen, almost anything for a bean. And most of them have not taken time to build their lives or build their careers or do anything. They just came on the app, got a check, and it created a demon and a monster. I just think, like I said, if we look at Bigo as a whole, Bigo is a wonderful app that has changed a lot of people's lives. It's created some thousandaires. It has helped some people to get a place, to get things that they want. But it doesn't in any way make you rich. You're not rich. I'm tired of y'all playing like y'all rich. You're not rich. That's not being rich. Bigo is not being rich, because if you don't get paid in 2 months, your ass gonna be back on fucking food stamps. So let's not pretend that you're rich, because that's the part that I think is really deceptive and really dishonest, is when people try to talk down to other people because you feel you're in a better position than them now. Anybody could be up and flying high in April and shot the fuck down in May. Anything can happen at any given time in life. So I think just being humble is important.
Well,
I think it's very important.
Humility is the best remedy for a bad ego. And, a man told me one time when I was riding in his Jaguar, I was like, oh my God, I've never been in a Jaguar. He was like, well, let me tell you something, young man. He said, rich people yell and wealthy people whisper. And that's always stuck with fucking me. It always has stuck with me. And one thing that Diamond said is right. There are people that have investments. Y'all think that clothes and new teeth and all of that bullshit, there's a thing called credit and finance. And listen, let me tell you something. If you don't own your title, if you don't own your deed, if you don't listen, oh, I got a new car. It ain't yours. It's the bank's. You paying on it. There's a difference. You understand what I'm saying? So everything Diamond and Tammy is saying is right. And I just feel like people that know that they're really wealthy, they just chill. They don't give a fuck about. They gonna try to bring other people up to become to get where they are. It's just let me tell you something. Bitches that ain't used to money scream about the money that they getting. Cause bitch, I'm used to it. So I ain't gonna be like, yeah, girl, I just got me up. No, girl.
Have you ever been in a situation, Stone, where, and I'm quite sure the comments can attest to this as well. Have you ever been in a situation where you asked your mom or your grandparents or whomever raised you, and you say, can I have $5? And they say, I ain't got no money, but in their pocketbook, they got some money.
Right.
When they said they ain't got no money, that's what they meant. Because that money in their pocketbook at the moment is going towards a bill or something.
Right.
And people feel like because you say you don't have it at that moment, that you're broke. You're not considered broke when you're handling your business. But I got a word that I want to say to a lot of people, and that word for tonight is called insurance. And what I mean by insurance, I'm talking about health insurance. I'm talking about life insurance. That's the one I'm talking about. I want to hit on the life insurance because it be a lot of people talking, but then when something happened, I'm trying to figure out if you was about your business, why are you doing GoFundMes? Why you doing it? And it always be the ones that got the most to talk about. But if you say the word insurance, or say 401k, or say IRA, use those type of words. Say deferred comp. You know what I'm saying? Say something like that. And they for some reason, they don't understand what that means. They don't understand what that means. But then,
because sometimes, Diamond, people follow people that aren't willing to take you the whole distance. They okay with you getting a little something, but you ain't gonna get what I get. And when you start to get what I get, I have a problem with it. Some people will be with somebody or be in business with somebody who only shows them a portion of the journey. And when people only show you a portion of the journey, what that means is you don't even have renter's insurance. Some of y'all don't know you paying rent and don't even have renter's insurance. You should call your life insurance, call Allstate, State Farm, whoever you're with, and ask them about renter's insurance. If your apartment gets broken into, if it catches on fire, if you have a flood, if you have an act of God, you will walk out of there basically with 150. It just depends on what kind of policy you take to restart your life over, and you don't have to be on here begging for twos and fews. I just think that begging is the new way of life. Begging is the new way of life, and some of you are very comfortable begging.
And I want to say this too. I know it's some of y'all out there, and I'm not being disrespectful or being funny, but I want to update you on something. having a $10,000 insurance policy is not enough. The burial has actually went up. Okay, so I know a lot of y'all. You probably thought $10,000, the insurance, it was booming and everything. That's not enough. That's not not even enough for your kids and all of that stuff there. But I'm telling you something that I know for a fact. $10,000 is not enough for burial. It's just not enough. So,
it's enough if you're going to get the dope fiend special.
If we gonna
get one of those funerals where you have a used casket, no flowers, very much the minimal embalming, no makeup, the casket closed, and you fold it up with your legs bent backwards because you're too tall for the casket. If you want to have a dope fiend special, maybe $10,000 might do it. But if you want to put somebody away with dignity and respect, it's going to take more than that.
Yes, and let me say this, and I love this is a great conversation. And Tammy knows my whole story from the first marriage to the second marriage. When I got married, it was because my father is like one of the loves of my life, but he's West Indian and his family is very fierce. Like, I have property in Barbados and stuff like that, but bitch, I gotta eat pussy for all that, and I'm good. It ain't happening. So for me, when I met my best friend, he was in the military. Obama had just lifted the Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and he was like, do you want to get married? Because we are family, and we should be there for each other in all ways. So we got married, so if anything happened to him, I would make sure everything's okay with him, vice versa. Y'all need to get y'all proxies and y'all wills and y'all insurances together, bitch. Because let me tell you something. When they buried my best friend, bitch, I was a mess. The family smoked up half of the life insurance, and they acted a fucking fool. Okay? Tomorrow is not guaranteed, bitch. And the one thing that my best friend said that bothered him, I was like, girl, you need to change your insurance. He said, no, you making it seem like I'm going to die. I said, no, but you need to change it. Went over the seas, came back, died over here. And when it was time for me to bury him, I couldn't sit up front in the limo. I couldn't even get in the limo. Girl, I couldn't do nothing. I had no say-so, and I'm the one that had to draw out the obituary, everything. The family smoked up all his shit. 400,000 smoked it up.
You know what, though, Stone? This is what I tell a lot of people, too. What I did was, I don't have nothing, not nothing like that. As far as, wills and things of that nature, I put it on the CD. And the reason why I have stuff like that on the CD, Auntie, because people be trying to forge your name. Mm-hmm. They be trying to forge your signature and stuff. So what you do is, instead of it being on, your life insurance and your wills and stuff on paper, put it on the CD. You can't, one thing about it, you can't fuck up a CD. So I don't like my wills and stuff like that. None of that is no longer on paper. I have it on CD.
That's smart.
Because people want to change it, and then people they get creative these days. So they want to forge the signatures and stuff like that. So I have everything put on a CD. So you can and what happens is every 6 months I sit down with my lawyer and we update the CD. We every 6 months we update. We update the CD. Anything dealing with my life is not on paper. Not on paper.
Wow.
Yeah, I put it on the CD because that's a lot of people. That's how they. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people got like that because they'll forge your signature in a minute. And I tell people all the time. I don't know about how y'all was taught, but my lawyer taught me, and I was always taught that. When I sign certain things, when I sign certain documents, I don't write in blue ink. I never, ever write. I never sign my name. I never write anything in blue ink. I don't, because it bleeds just like the red ink does, and it's easily to be copied.
That's what my best friend works at the post office, and when we have to do, he was telling me when I do my passport application, black motherfucking
black.
Do not write that in no blue ink. No. Mm-hmm. Anything that's important, do not write it in blue ink. No. So with that being said, you guys, we have had a great show today. I appreciate every last one of y'all for coming in. I know a lot of people been asking about this song, and they've been like, can you please play your niece song? So before we leave, I am going to play Amaretta. And again, R.I.P. Archie. Archie is from Atlanta. It's unfortunate that his brother was the one that killed him. He the one came out with the song for all the sports. We ready. So, but I'm going to give y'all a little bit of Amaretta right quick.
Yes, let's get that, honey.